Question number 4. The question is about the elements in group 2 of the periodic table. Student can use a periodic table which is provided to them in the exam. 4.1 is an AO2 question. Students need to apply their knowledge to answer this question. Figure number 9. This is my figure number 9. A model periodic table is given. Shows the position of 4 elements A, B, C and D in the periodic table. Which element among A, B, C and D is in group number 2? If the students are going to open the periodic table, they can see this thing that this element is in group number 1. This element is in group number 2. This element in group number 0 or group number 8. This is group number 7. And this is group number 6. So the element which is present in group number 2 and you can use a periodic table, that is element number B. Group 2 metal carbonates break down when heated to produce a metal oxide and a gas. 4.2 is an AO1 question. Name 2 products when calcium carbonate is heated. This question is from the topic of atom, element, compounds and change in mass. So whenever a metal carbonate is heated, it decomposes into a metal oxide and a gas. The metal carbonate which is given in the exam is calcium carbonate. So when calcium carbonate it decomposes, it makes calcium oxide and the gas is produced, that is carbon dioxide. So the substances are calcium oxide, CaO, and the gas is carbon dioxide. (4.3) What type of the reaction happens when a compound breaks down? It is an AO1 question. It is actually the heating process takes place and the compound it breaks into 2 substances, metal oxide and the gas carbon dioxide. This topic is from change in mass. So this process happens due to heating. It is not burning. So the process which happens here, in which a metal carbonate it decomposes into metal oxide and carbon dioxide, that is called thermal decomposition. Here the option is given, that is decomposition. (4.4) is an AO1 question. The students must have good knowledge of energy transfer, exothermic reaction and endothermic reactions. If you look into the statement, the metal carbonate takes in energy from the surroundings to break down. The key information is given, energy is taken from the surrounding. What type of the reaction takes in energy from the surroundings? So we have given 4 different options. So energy is taken from the surrounding. In combustion, the heat is given to the surrounding. So it is not a suitable answer. It is not an electrolysis process because there is no conduction of electricity. Exothermic reaction gives the heat to the surrounding. So endothermic is the correct option, in which the energy is taken from the surrounding to break down. 4.5. It is an AO2 question. The figure number 10 shows the volume of the gas produced when a group 2 metal carbonate is heated. This question is from change in masses when the product is a gas. If you look here in our figure number 10, the mass produced is along x-axis in grams, and the volume of the gas produced is in dm cube is along y-axis. If you look into the graph, is a straight line passing through the origin. If you look here, the student collected 5.2 dm cube of a gas. What mass of group 2 metal carbonate is heated? If we check from the gas volume, which is along y-axis, you can see here, this is 4, this is 6, and this is 5.2 dm cube. We will draw the straight line from the y-axis to this line, and from here we will draw the straight line that is about 32. So my answer is, for 5.2 dm cube of the gas, the mass of the group 2 carbonate is heated, that is 32 grams. Four point 4.6 is an AO3 question from the same topic. Calculate the mass of the group 2 carbonate needed to produce 24 dm cube of a gas. Use your answer from the question 4.5 to help you. So we have a relation between volume and the mass. The volume of the gas produced and the mass of group 2 carbonate heated in grams. If you use the previous question, we know that if we are going to heat 32 grams of metal carbonate, we will get 5.2 dm cube of the gas, which is given here. Now in this question, the unknown thing is mass of group 2 carbonate, and we will assume it, that is X. And this is already given, 24 dm cube is already given. So I use ratio and proportion method, which is very easy for the student. Therefore, I'm going to use this method. I'm going to perform all the steps. So that is going to multiply this side, and 32 is going to multiply with 24. So X into 5.2, that is equal to 32 into 24. And this 5.2 is go on the other side to make X as a subject. So X is equal to 32 into 24 over 5.2. The answer is 147.69, which is approximately equal to 148 grams. So the answer is 148 grams of metal carbonate is heated to produce 24 dm cube of the gas. So this X is actually 148 grams. 4.7 is an AO3 question, and this question is from the same topic. Mass changes when the product is a gas. A student heated different masses of a group 2 carbonate. The student measured the volume of the gas produced. Figure number 11 shows the graph of the student's results. The student calculates the gradient of the line in figure number 11. The student makes two mistakes. The first reference point is given here, and the second reference point on the line is given here. Now we will see the mistakes here. The formula is given. The correct formula for the gradient is increase in volume of gas over increase in mass of group 2 metal carbonate heated. The student's calculation is given here, and the answer is given 0.00533 cm cube per gram. Identify two mistakes in the student work. Calculate the correct gradient of the line. We have the value, that is gradient is actually the change in y with respect to change in x. If we see the change in x, the problem is coming, the difference between these 2 points is 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. And this is the mistake here, the student put at 4. Another mistake which is coming here, that is along y-axis, that is we have the value here for this reference point along y-axis is 1000, and the value regarding this reference point is 250, and the difference is 1000 minus 250, that is 750. We need to use this definition, change in y over change in x. Change in y is 750, whereas change in x is actually 3. The change in y must be in the numerator, and change in x must be in the denominator. So the two mistakes which are highlighted, first of all, that is 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. The second mistake, the students need to change the values in the formula. So the student need to inverse the values in the formula. It means that 750 must be in the numerator, and the change in x, which is actually 3, it must be in denominator. If I'm going to take these values, so my values are coming 750 over 3, it is actually coming 250 cm cube per gram. My answer is 250. 4.8. It is an AO2 question which is from the relative formula mass, size and the mass of an atom, change in the mass in a reaction. First we will read the question. A student repeated the experiment with a different group 2 metal carbonate XCO3. We know that this question started with calcium carbonate. In this question, instead of calcium, The examiner changed the experiment and instead of calcium use another group 2 metal which is unknown. So the examiner changed calcium with an element X from group 2. The relative formula mass of that compound is given, that is 84, whereas relative atomic mass of carbon is 12 and relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So this 12 and this 16 will help us here, but X is unknown. Calculate the relative atomic mass AR of X. Name the metal X. Use the periodic table. So this question is actually coming from the relative formula mass, size, mass of an element or an atom, change in the mass in a reaction. The key information is MR of the compound, which is 84. Let's see the model answer. Consider the metal from group 2 is X. MR of the compound is already given, which is 84. So MR of my compound XCO3 is 84. And we know that MR is actually the sum of atomic masses of all the elements present there in the compound. So I use it atomic mass, relative atomic mass of X plus MR of CO3. We know that relative atomic mass of carbon is 12 and relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So we use these values here. This is unknown, so we keep it same. Mass of carbon is 12 and there are 3 oxygen plus 3 into mass of 1 oxygen, and we already know that is actually equal to 84. So I put it 84. Now these are the couple of the steps are done here. We add all of these, it become 60. This 60 will go on the other side. In rearranging, we will get the relative atomic mass of X is 24. So this 24 is given here. If you use a periodic table, the substance or the element whose mass is 24 is magnesium. The student must use the periodic table to answer the question.